Hey, say hey. Do I have sound? Whoever's watching, it'd be really cool if somebody just say, yeah, you got sound. Nope. I guess we're not gonna say we got sound. Um, Pretty boring. But what we're gonna do today is we're changing oil. Rolling around in dirt. Puppies rolling around in the dirt. Puppies rolling around in the dirt. Hey, hope somebody's here. If not, I get it. Pretty boring. Anyway, we're changing the oil in the filter, cleaning everything up on a Predator generator. Because we use it at hunting camp. Hey, y'all. Somebody let me know if I got sound. I'd really appreciate it. I'm Radar. I just got on here to do a little live thing where I could actually see the chat. We fish a lot, hunt a lot. I'm changing the oil in a generator just because. But I found out we got some pretty bad news a little bit ago for those of you that are on them. We have small Munsterlander pointers, and they're awesome dogs. And I'm not going to go into detail about exactly who so they could post it, but we just found out that one of our the dog might have cancer, and she's a therapy dog, just awesome dogs, and it's just hard because why do bad things happen to good people and good things happen to bad people? It's like the people that have this critter, they have several of them, are awesome people, and just I didn't need that news today because I love these dogs, and I got one right here. I don't know where she just went. Where you at, Piper? Hey, Piper, come here. Come here. What are you doing? Come on. She says, I'm playing, Dad. I don't want to get up there and be. I don't want to be up there. See, she says, I'm playing. She says, I'm very beautiful. Yes, very beautiful dog. She loves her daddy. This is Daddy's girl. She helps with everything. Sometimes she ain't helping. She's just running off with stuff. She said, if I run off with it, I bring it back to Dad. She says, that'll give me a treat. So if somebody will let me know if I've got sound. Anyway, so prayers, please pray for our friends and their critters, because I know that, it's just hard. It's just hard. So anyway, we're changing oil on this because this is the generator we use at hunting camp. We don't need much of one down there. But anyway, I went live last night, or tried to, with the try to do the what do you call it, the catfishing last night, and man, it was tough. Like I did catch one fish last night, which really surprised me because I catch a lot of catfish out there, but it's usually in their channel cats. So I went out and put in some chum stick and left it there for about 2 hours. I went back and fished that for about an hour, which is kind of long to sit if you don't get a bite catching catfish after about 10-15 minutes, especially when you chummed them up. Then you kind of want to move. But anyway, so yeah, we didn't have a very good night fishing last night. It was a great night fishing because, I was fishing. But I was out there till about 3 o'clock this morning. So I didn't get much sleep. But anyway, just living a dream. I'm going to try and go fishing tonight, but I probably should stay home and get some rest. This getting old crap sucks. Because, man, I'm used to go, and I can't go anymore. My get up and goes got up and went, and it's frustrating. But anyway, I don't know why God does what he does. We can't question it because the plan's perfect, but when you find out that more good people are having problems and things that are going on in their lives that are tough, it just kind of sucks. Because there's nothing we can do about it, and you're not supposed to question it, but it's really hard not to, because why would you do this to good people? And I don't think it's God that does it. I think it's, the devil and all his mess. And this world sucks. I can't wait to go home. And I don't preach much. I don't talk politics much. I just like to go fishing and hunting. And most of the kids think we're just stupid old people that don't know. Hey, Piper, get out of that oil. Get out of there, you knucklehead. Move. No. It's a bug. Leave the bug alone. Anyway. So, yeah, it was kind of a long night. I caught a bunch of bass right before it got dark. But, anyway, putting stuff in the trash here. Thanks for the like. I'm like 6 subscribers, I think, short of 400. Like and subscribe. It'd be really cool because I'd like to get to 400 today if we could. And again, I don't usually sit here and just talk while I'm sitting at a bench. To me, this is boring. But I am changing oil in the generator, so I'm doing some. It's one of those Predator Super Quiet 2000s. And I don't know why they design these things the way they do, but get the oil out of here. You literally have got to pour it out of that little hole. I don't know if you could see it. That little hole right there. And see how it's designed? So all this crap where they tell us, oh, well, you can't have these kind of gas cans because they put gas everywhere, and you can't do this and you can't do that because we're trying to not get oil. I get it. I don't want to get oil and gas all over the environment either. But this is ridiculous for them to design something like this that you literally, I poured, it takes 13 ounces, and I bet 2 of it went all over the desk and stuff here. I have the tools to do it correctly, but there's absolutely no way to change this oil without getting oil all over the place. And like to fill it up, I just lay it on its side, put 13 ounces in one of these things because that's what the specs say it takes, and dump it in there while it's up. Then put the thing in and shut it, because if you don't, you're just going to get oil everywhere. So, I'm not an idiot. I work on airplanes. I can build race cars and Jeeps and stuff, but this is a stupid design. And I guess that's what you get for getting Chinese-made junk. However, we had Honda generators at Fish and Game, and they weren't a whole lot better. They were a hell of a lot more expensive. They were a better generator. But anyway, I just figured I'd get on here live. My sister's probably watching. Hey, sis. She was. She'd say hey. And let me know if I have sound. But I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope they're having a better day than we are, because that's really hard news to get. I pray that everything's going to be okay. I pray that that lump is just going to be fatty, nothing cancerous, except for it's so aggressive and has grown so much. Because like our dogs, man, we know if there's something, if there's a tick, a flea, anything on our dogs, we know it right away. Or a lump. Like Lily's got a few, but she's 13 years old, and she'll be 14. I think she'll either be 13 or 14 on July 20th. So she's got some lumps, but they're all just fatty, and she's getting old, so there's no sense in putting her through the stuff to take them out, and they're not growing real fast or anything like that. But apparently, this one that we found out about today with our friends is not a good thing. So for those of you, everybody should believe in God and everybody should trust Jesus that his plan's right. Because it is. But it's hard sometimes to swallow it because I don't get upset about much, but when my critters get, or my friends' critters, especially dogs that we've hunted over, like they're like hunting partners. They're our buddies and they're our friends, and it's like finding out your best hunting buddy because they do all the work. I mean, we shoot the birds, but they do all the work. They find them, they point them, they flush them, they retrieve them, they bring them back to you, and they're super happy to do it. That's what they live to do, and it's just sad. I hope that everything's okay because we won't know till next week. But it's just tough. Make sure when you change oil and things, for those of you who are watching, all one person, like and subscribe. Sis, if that's you, hello. Ramos, hello. I'm in Idaho. I am in Grace, Idaho. Small town. Everybody's got guns. We're a bunch of rednecks here who, take care of each other. It's a great place to live. Wonderful place. We don't even know what's going on outside with all that crap, with all this stuff, unless we watch the news, because it's just not. And I don't get political on here. I don't like talking about that stuff, because y'all can see that anywhere. I turn on YouTube. It's either, a bunch of people in bikinis dancing to some stupid song doing some trend, or it's I hate Trump, or it's I love Trump, or it's whatever. But anyway, we live in a place that's pretty conservative. A lot of LDS members here of the Mormon Church. I'm not a member of the Mormon Church. I think it's evil, but I've got friends. I love them to death. All you can do is pray for them. But anyway, I don't know how anybody could be part of that. It's a zoo. So anyhow, what we're doing, we're changing the oil. It takes 13 ounces, and it's so hard to fill this thing up. So what we're doing is we're going to take this synthetic and we're going to fill this up with 13 ounces and we're going to put it back in that generator. Because that generator we're using at hunting camp, so it sits out in the weather a lot. But this is actually kind of the easy part, if I can get it in there without spilling it, because it takes 13 ounces. So I got me a trusty mason jar that I use for everything. I'm going to start with 12. Just a little over. That should be about 13 ounces. And it's going to make a mess. It's the stupidest thing because, like I said, trying to fill this up. Rider's Block, hello. How you doing today, man? I hope you're having a good day. Where are you at? Like and subscribe, too. I'm like 6 short or 4 short of 400. One of y'all be the 400th. If I knew how to send you a fishing lure or something for being the 400th subscriber, I would. I don't know how to do that yet. My sister and I are working on this. She's got an awesome channel called Granny's Southern Corner. Check it out, especially if you're younger. I mean, I know you people that are younger than us think we're stupid, but we're not. I mean, we actually have lived most of the stuff that you've been through in certain ways, shape, or form. Maybe not like what the, economy and everything's like today, but, Rider's Block, thank you very much. And again, it's Granny's Southern Corner. I think you'd enjoy it. She's got a southern, you think I got a southern accent. She's got a southern accent. It's one of those ones, and I'm not saying that she's boring. It's just you could listen to her and go to sleep. I told her she should be telling bedtime stories because she's got the right, what do you call it? Where are you at, Rider's Block? Where are you at in the world? Because I'm in Idaho, in the middle of the mountains. The reason I'm doing this, I don't normally do this kind of stuff. I usually take everybody fishing, and so you just see my back of my head and us catching fish and explaining some fishing things. So come check us out. And check out Sis's channel. It's awesome. We're going to try and do some stuff together where I'll go catch and clean something, and she'll show you how to cook it, because Southern cooking, man, she can... Whew. But I'm tired. We had a long night last night. I went up catfishing and fished till about 3 o'clock this morning. Well, I guess 2. I got home about 3 and only got a few hours sleep. I'm going to try and go back and go fishing tonight. The one thing you got to remember when you turn these things on their side is to make dang sure you got that gas can on tight, and it's got an on-off. It's got on-off here. I don't know if I can pull this thing off and show you. Yeah. See, it's got an on-off. You got to turn it off, because if you don't, it'll pour gas everywhere when you put it on its side to put oil in it. Again, stupid design, because all they had to do was move this out a little bit where you could actually get to it instead of it being tucked in there. And we'd be able to fill this thing up with oil without making a mess, because I got oil all over the place here on my brand new bench. You can probably see the roof. It looks like just wrap from a housing wrap. And what it is we've been working on the garage. We got new electricity put in it for my new welder that I bought last year, but I didn't have 220 to run it on. So another good hunting buddy's a electrician. I got to get here, I'll take you and show you my shop. Oh, Writer's Block, where are you at in Florida? Yeah, please pop in when I'm fishing. Where are you at in Florida, man? I'm from Vero Beach originally. My sister's in Vero Beach. Love Florida. Just don't like all the people. I mean, you probably know that from fishing, man. It's like you go out there and there's 8,000 people in there. I got to find a funnel. Bing. It'll work. But if you don't want to tell me what city, because I get that, man. People are telling me, you need to quit telling them where they're at. The Horror Figure Setup Show. That's pretty cool. Do you know who the Creep Show is? The Horror Figure Setup Show. I'm really good friends with the band Creep Show. I was on tour with them. I used to drive and fly bands. I was a tour bus driver and a pilot. My piloting was my main gig, but I probably need to get this going in here before I... Got to make sure your funnel's clean so you don't get dirt in your brand new oil. Anyway, love the Creep Show. Right on, man. Yeah, so if you go check out the song Hellbound, the Creep Show song Hellbound, we wrote that sitting on my patio in Vero Beach, Florida. They were on a van tour. And, yeah, thanks for that. I shot that. A buddy of mine shot that buck. I didn't shoot it because I took him out. He couldn't find a deer. And I said, we need to go out in my boat. I know where there's some deer at. Out on Blackfoot Reservoir. And we also shot that elk. And I got a bunch of mounts inside. Sometime I'll have to show you all that. That are actually, I shot a full, white. That's a mule deer buck up there. I shot a whitetail last year that was full velvet. Anyway, where are you at, Horror Figure Setup Show? That's a cool handle, man. How'd you get that? Like, how'd you come up with that? But anyway, check out Hellbound. We were sitting on the patio and wrote it because Sean and Sarah Blackwood and the whole bunch, man, they're all really good friends. They're like family. Sarah and I have been friends for decades. Used to be out with Anti-Flag and Against Me. So when Anti-Flag, Alexis on Fire, and the Creep Show, we did, I don't know how many Canadian tours. And we did a bunch of U.S. tours, too. And I'm in Idaho, but I'm not Canadian, but we go to Canada all the time. I've been in a tour bus, drove a tour bus from one end of that country to the other. So anyway, when you do this, you got to put this in here. You got to kind of leave the first part of it's going to go fine. But we don't want to overfill it. So it said 13 ounces, so we're going to put 13 ounces in here, which I did. That's why I have this mason jar. And we're going to put 13 ounces in here, and Piper's going to she's going to get in here and start talking. And Lily's, they're going to start playing. Hey! Easy. That's my dogs. We got 3 of them. But yeah, for those of you who just got on, we found out some bad news today. Yeah, Writer's Block, they're playing. They're having a large time. They're small Munsterlander pointers. That's one of the reasons I got on here today. I'm kind of bumming because I don't get upset about much, but we found out that a good friend of ours' dog might have cancer. It's got a real aggressive lump, and they're going to take it out next week. And I've hunted over the dogs, and they're hunting buddies. They're like really good friends, And those of you who love dogs and critters know what I'm talking about. Because I hunt and fish, but I love animals. And people used to say, well, how can you love animals if you hunt and fish? That can't be, you can't. Yeah, you can. I mean, I don't like go out to kill something. We eat everything we kill. And probably shouldn't even talk about that on YouTube because they'll probably block me or something. But like and subscribe, guys, please. I'm trying to get to 400. Corn of the Black Label Society. I know Corn. I wasn't on tour with them, but I met him. I have heard of the Black Label Society, but I've never met him. Thanks, Writer's Block. I appreciate it. Yeah, I just found that out. And I don't want to say who till they go public with it because I think they're waiting. But that dog they've got 4 Monsterlanders in there. That's their kids. And they've been through a lot this last year. They've just had a few struggles, and this is not something they need right now. But if they need help with it, we'll sure help because, man, we love them. We love the critters. I got one right here. Come here, Piper. Come here. Come here, Piper. Come here, baby. Come here. Let's say hi. You want to say hi? Come on. She says, I don't like being picked up much, Dad. She said, but I'll help. This is Piper. Horror Show. Thank you, man. We're not sure it's cancer, but it's this dog's aunt, and it's my other dog's mom. And those of you who know me, then you know who I'm talking about. It's just sad because Cessna's mom is a therapy dog for a police department in the middle of the country, and just awesome. So this one, she's a puppy. She says, I'm going on 6 months old, and I love my dad. This is Daddy's dog. Thank you, Writer's Block. I appreciate it. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. That's my dog. My wife, the other 2 dogs, even Cessna, she's my hunting buddy. But, man, she loves her mama. And this one gives mom crap. Like this one here, Piper, the one I just showed you, is trying to rule the roost around here. My wife gets mad. She's like, that dog, horror figure setup show. That is so cool. But yeah, I never got to meet Corn. I know Billy Talent and Nelly Furtado, and then Alexis on Fire and the Creep Show, the Canadian bands I've been on tour with. And then I've done a lot of tours with bands that you guys would all know. And I retired. I got old. So I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. My wife's at work, and I figured I kind of could use somebody to talk to. I think my sister's doing something, or she'd have got on here. I'll call her later, but it's just sad because the dog's only 6 years old, and it's, man, we've got a Monsterlander here that Lily's back there. Yeah, she's laying on they're porch dogging. That's what we call that, porch dogging. Lily's the one, I guess it would be on your left. It's my left looking at it. She'll be 13 years old, July 20th. And then Piper, and then Cessna's out there in the grass. She's just kind of being Cessna. But I hunt with them. They're bird dogs. We use them for all kinds of cool stuff. But anyway, like and subscribe. I appreciate it. And share the channel. Like I said, normally we're not doing this stuff. We're fishing and playing and not talking about dogs having cancer. And that just really upsets me. I'm a hardcore dude, man. Used to take people bear hunting in Alaska with bows. And I'm the guy who had to go get them. I'm not scared. I was a cop. I'm not scared of much of nothing. Nothing really gets to me. But I kind of, thanks, Writer's Block. When people pass away, if you believe in God, you have faith, then you know where they're going. I mean, there's something after this. I'm telling you. I've been dead 3 times because I'm allergic to Demerol. Deathly allergic to Demerol. And I'll tell that story one day, but yeah, it was pretty eye-opening. So there is something after this, but you kind of don't know with the dogs. Like, I'd like to think there is, but Rottweiler, they're cool animals, man. Those are cool dogs too, and they're one-person dogs. Like, can't have a better protector, and they're awesome babysitters. All dogs, it seems like, are pretty good babysitters, but Rottweilers, man, that's a good dog. So anyway, now we're going to turn this thing back over because it should be full of oil. But because it makes such a mess, before I check it, I'm going to put some paper towels under it so it'll catch the mess because I guarantee it's going to make a mess. And all I'm doing is checking the oil and it makes a mess. So let's make sure. Yeah, it could use just a touch more. Because you got to make sure this is air cooled. The only thing that really cools it is air and oil, so you got to kind of make sure it's clean. But anyway, I appreciate the good wishes. I just hope that everything turns out because we're going in October to go hunt pheasants over those dogs. Over them, I mean, they're our hunting partners. And I'm hoping that everything works out because that's just hard. But like I was saying, I think when people die, we kind of know where we're going. Nobody's really sure about animals, although the Bible says that all the critters will be there. And so, I'm pretty sure they go wherever we're going. And I can't imagine a dog or a cat or any critter going to the other place because they're doing what they're supposed to do here. So I'm going to put a little more oil in this. Again, I hate to be the way I am today. I'm just pretty upset about this whole dog thing because, I'm not a cat person at all. But I've had cats, and they're cool cats. And I don't want to see anything harmed or suffer. But I'm going to put just a little more. Well, that probably wasn't enough. So anyway, appreciate it, guys. Let's see. Personally believe animals go to heaven. Me too. I do. Because they're just, man, how could they not? They're like our best friends. They do so much for us. They'll protect you. I mean, they're a pain in the butt sometimes. They're just like kids. But I think we'll see them all. I've been blessed to the fact that I've had some really good dogs. Haven't had but 3 Labradors. And I love Labrador Retrievers. I just can't pick them up anymore. Horror Figure Show. My day hadn't been the best when I found this. I immediately got excited. Thanks. You know what? This is the truth. I think it's God's will that when we're having a bad day and you get with other people that are having it and you try and lift each other up just by talking about it, it makes a big difference. Because I'm talking to people like you guys. I don't even know you guys, but it makes you feel better because, all of us have struggles in that. And death is imminent. I mean, we're all going to die. All our critters are going to pass away. I wish I've had this conversation, and you all can tell me what you think. Horror Figure Show and Setup Show and Writer's Block is that I think that the reason that dogs don't outlive us, and our critters don't outlive us, is because I don't know that we'd appreciate them as much as we do when. If they live 70 years and you knew they were going to be with you forever, I just don't think we'd appreciate them as much. And that's my take on it. I don't know what you all think, but thanks, Writer's Block. I appreciate it. I'm thankful it's not one of our dogs, but it kind of is because, like I say, we love those critters like they were our own. And if it wasn't for those dogs, we wouldn't have the ones we've got. So, yeah. And I'm not one, I'm 61 years old. I usually don't get on and talk about this kind of stuff because we're from the generation that you just suck it up and go. But I also think, like you said, that like you getting excited about this feed, we're just supposed to talk about it and pray that everything works out. Because I don't understand why this works where good people have bad things happen to them and bad people have good things happen to them. But I guess it's because we're not, if you believe in God, which I do, not just because I died and got to see what I got to see, but I think that, man, I get emotional about that because that was pretty awesome in a good way. But I really think that we should. I'm sorry, I just lost my train of thought because I get thinking about those critters. When I first met those dogs, was in a motel room in Montana when we went to pick up Cessna. And they immediately ran in that room and jumped all over me and their owner. And I don't want to mention their names, but their owner said that the one dog loves everybody, the one that we think might have cancer, and but they're not like that. They won't just come and jump on people and love on them. And They were like, we knew that that puppy was going to a good home, but now we know it for sure because, you know, she really loves you guys. I mean, the second they ran in the door, had never seen me before in their life and jumped all over me and knocked me out in the bed, actually. And this was 4, 5, 6 years ago, 5 years ago. Let me see. Cessna's going on 4, so it would have been 4 years ago. Um, but anyway, that's why it's sad. And like I say, we hunted over that. I hunted over her last year in Dakota, pheasant hunting. Awesome dogs. Um, they point, they flush. They're your hunting buddies. It's like finding out your hunting buddy, your best hunting buddy's got cancer. It's just not a good thing. And I hope that's not it. We're not sure. So pray for her, please, because I know prayers work. And otherwise, I wouldn't be here for sure. Because anyway, you just got to kind of push through, I guess. But I, I don't know. It's just hard. Even at 61 years old, with everything I've been through, surgeries, all kinds of stuff. People in my, I'm old, so people in my family passed away. My mom died a couple of years ago during all that COVID crap, and she was in California. And those idiots, my mom died alone because they let us in to see her. She was in ICU, and then we go in to see her. Hey, the holy mackerel. Yeah, I follow him too. Hey, holy mackerel, how you doing today, man? I thought you'd be fishing. We went catfishing last night. It was not very good. The moon wasn't right, and I kind of thought it might be slow, but I figured I'd catch some fish. I caught quite a few bass before dark, and then I started catfishing. I went live, but the stream kept, knocking off. So, Writer's Block, like and subscribe. I'm sure you already have, and Horror Figure set up, so please do. It'd be nice to keep in touch with you. I talked to Sean McNabb quite a bit. How bad? You told me once, but where are you at, holy mackerel? Um, we're supposed to have wind today too, but it's only like gust to 22, which really isn't bad for Idaho in the mountains because we live at 5,800 feet in a valley in the mountains. Oh, New Jersey, that's right. I knew that because you're catching all kinds of cool stuff. I see you saltwater fishing and freshwater fishing, which is I miss the saltwater fishing in Florida and on the Gulf Coast and the Atlantic. I really had the Keys. Used to go to the Bahamas all the time. Down to Belize, fly fishing for bonefish, and I miss that. But there's so many people back east. It's crazy. And out here we live in a town of 800 people, and everybody knows everybody. And the other problem last night was the wind was fine. Everything was fine except for I don't have a problem with people water skiing. Okay, I know most of us fishermen don't like water skiers and jet skiers because they'll create havoc. But we only have one little lake here that everybody kind of shares. And but there was a group of kids out there last night till midnight, and they were just running around making wake, and it made it kind of difficult to catfish out of the boat. I'd rather do it off the shore, but anyway, I hope you get out there fishing today. I know I'd rather be fishing, but hunting season hadn't started yet, and I got all this pre-hunting season stuff to do, like changing the oil in the generator and cleaning the air filter, and I gotta get the spark plug out now, and my wife's picking up another spark plug because it runs fine. It's just, matter of fact, before I pull this spark plug, I better run this thing. I know this is going to be obnoxious, but I'm going to crank this thing up. Deer hunting and fishing has a special place in my heart and an activity I used to do with my dad. The Horror Figure Setup Show said that. You guys can see that. Yeah, that's the thing with me, too. I was raised with my family hunting. We had a ranch in Kenansville, Florida, that we hunted deer, turkeys, and hogs on. And I miss that. But Idaho's fun because it's all public land out here. When she came out here, we were looking at buying a house or building a house, or we didn't know what we were going to do. And she's like, well, why don't we buy some property you can hunt on? I'm like, that's not how it works out west. I couldn't afford to buy enough land out here to hunt elk or something on. So, but all of you joining, say hey, like and subscribe. I know I keep saying that, but I'm trying to get that 400 mark today. That'd be really cool. My sister has a channel called Granny Southern Corner. Check it out. Holy mackerel, me you guys hunted with my family and still do. I love to share my knowledge with the kids now. Exactly. That's why I'm doing this channel. Because I don't know it all, obviously, or I'd have caught a bunch of catfish last night. But I used to guide in Alaska, Florida, and all over the world actually. 'Cause some of my clients would ask me to go with them to places I'd never been. And we'd figure it out. We'd usually end up catching a bunch of fish. Got to go to Venezuela to catch peacock bass once, and ended up stuck in the jungle for 3 days. And I've had a wonderful life, so it's nice to share that with. And the main reason I did this channel was so that I can. Thanks, Horror Figure Show 401. I appreciate you guys. I wish I could send everybody a lure or something. I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna figure it out when I get. Just what I was about to say. I'm doing this channel so my grandkids and kids and my sister and all we could keep track of each other. They could see me fishing and kind of go fishing with me and that, and share the knowledge, like Holy Mackerel just said. Because anything you can learn, I'm sure everybody can learn something from somebody. So, Rogers Block, appreciate it, man. So see, in the day that's not really good because of the news we got about my friend's critter, something good came out of it. But we're gonna try and monetize. I didn't know you could do that, and my sister is too with her channel. And I take kids and people hunting and fishing still, but not guiding, other than like in the sense of getting paid. But I'll take people who haven't been and or that are new to it, and I enjoy that. And I took you guys that are follow me know I had all these surgeries at the beginning of the year, and I was trying to get everything done for the opening of turkey season because I had um, a friend whose wife wanted to hunt. And sometimes taking your wife hunting is kind of like teaching her to drive. You don't really want to do it. And he said, I really want her to start big game hunting with me, but if she goes hunting, it really needs to be a good experience. And God gave us perfect weather, awesome opening turkey hunting day, turkey season day. I mean, opening was April 15th, and I got myself up the hill there because I had to climb into my blinds up in the mountains. And so I parked the truck with him, and she was, and again, those guys that follow me, thanks, Holy Mackerel, appreciate you sharing. Um, but my buddy's wife, who'd never been hunting, was 9 months pregnant with Stetson, who they've had the baby now, and she also was carrying a 14-month-old on her back. And I didn't know, I'm old. We used to have strollers, but she had the baby on the back, and she was 9 months pregnant when we went in to put the blind in, and then she then she went in there 9 months pregnant to hunt, and I called her in a big old gobbler. She shot probably the biggest turkey we've shot up here. It had a 10-inch beard. Um, it was just a good day. It was worth all the pain to get the surgeries done so that I could take her up there. And my buddy said that she's hooked now. That's all she's talked about, shooting that turkey, because the only things she'd shot in the past were like ground squirrels and stuff. So she's excited and looking forward to deer season with him. And he's a good guy too. He helps me out when I need it. He's a contractor, but he hunts and fishes down on the Snake River where I hunt and fish, and he builds boats. Um, like little, I guess you'd call them like I'm a pilot, so it would be like a restricted use aircraft that, kind of like an experimental. He built some pretty cool boats to run the river in. But anyway, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me because it's been just now it's a good day. It was a good day. Every day's a good day when you're. I'm gonna crank this thing up real quick, just because I gotta check the oil again, and then I'll shut it off. So I apologize for this. It's one of those ones where you put it on start, and then it'll. Oh, I gotta turn this on. One more time. It might be that I didn't change the oil, so I changed the oil, so I had to get the oil back in it so it won't start. Anyway, sorry about that, but we'll let it sit for a minute and then check it again. Horror Figure Show. It keeps saying, said hi. Is that like you're saying hi to everybody else? Because again, I'm old. This is all new to me. My sister and I spend a lot of time on the phone trying to figure out YouTube because I'm 61. She's 62, 62 and a half, going on 63. So we're not as tech savvy as most of you all are. But anyway, I appreciate you two hanging out with me. And I appreciate the subscribers, man. Thanks, everybody. Because 401, we're getting there. But when I get monetized, what I plan on doing is, if I don't know how all that works, I don't know how much it is, I don't know. But I pay for a lot of stuff out of my pocket to take these kids and people fishing and hunting, and I don't mind doing it at all. But my wife said it might be a good idea if you try and monetize, because you could use that to help, take people to enjoy the outdoors and stuff. And anyway, yeah, this thing, I'm gonna pull the spark plug, and I might go fishing tonight, but I really got to get some sleep. Probably do about another 15 minutes, go take a nap, I bet you. Because that's the other thing about getting old. I actually had a doctor, several of them, tell me that I got to start taking naps. It's like, yeah, it's kind of nice sitting on the sofa. Yeah, YouTube could be really weird with some things sometimes. Writer's block, yeah, it is. And I don't know why you can't just flip so if I load these videos, unless I'm doing it like this, it'll put it upside down or sideways. And there's no way to flip it. So I got to just delete it. But I hope you're sitting on your couch and watching the channel with, something to drink and some cookies or something. So let's check the oil on this thing. Then I'm going to pull the spark plug. And my wife's bringing a new one. And I got to get another paper towel. Because, man, this thing makes a mess. But I'm sure we're good now. Yep. See? Leaks oil. You pull the doggone plug to check the dipstick, to check the oil, and it leaks oil everywhere. And it's even when it's a little, like, not completely full. Just the way this thing's designed is really stupid. Because they don't want you getting oil and gas everywhere, but yet, we got these gas cans that don't work. I mean, the new gas cans with all that, I don't know, safety stuff or whatever they want to call it, they're terrible. You get a new gas can and you got to, like, do a whole bunch of stuff to it to make it actually work. So, and I hate getting oil all over everything, because when we go hunting, I don't want to smell like a doggone mechanic shop. And not that I have anything against mechanics, but because I used to do that. Being a pilot, you kind of got to work on airplanes. At least my granddad made sure I could. So we're going to take the spark plug out of here. They do give you this handy dandy little tool to take the spark plug out with, because you can't reach it with your fingers. And that's another design that, I don't know, man. I like the old days. I drive an 87 Chevy Blazer that I refurbished the entire thing, and I have that badass Jeep behind me there. I don't know if y'all could see it, but my granddad and I rebuilt that Jeep the last year he was alive in 1997. So I've had that Jeep's over 50. It's a 73 CJ5. But the reason I like old vehicles is because I can work on them. We finally bought my wife a new Grand Cherokee a couple years ago, because she deserved it, and we had the cash to buy it, and so we got her a new car. But I can hardly change oil on that thing, because of the way they design it. Yeah, see, that spark plug is kind of burnt. It needs to be replaced. You could clean these off. I mean, nowadays, trying to save money, you could take this spark plug and take a wire brush and clean it off with a wire brush, to dip it in some gasoline and light it on fire, and it'll burn all that carbon and get it kind of loosened up. Or I don't have a sandblaster here, but I could sandblast it. I mean, I could reuse a spark plug, but it's a cheap little A5 RTC torch. I've never even heard of them, but I'm going to get a good Champion to put in there. But you can clean them off, though, and it'll keep going. Save you some money. Because, again, man, I'm not tightwad or anything, but things have just gotten so... I don't know how you guys support yourselves. we're fortunate in the fact we don't owe anybody any money, and we have a good life. My wife still works, and I'd still be working at Idaho Fish and Game if I was physically able to do it. But that's the other thing I need to apologize to you guys for, is a lot of times I say I'm going to go live, or I talk about doing something and I don't do it, or I'm not on here for a week. My back, I've had, I don't know, like 30 surgeries and 2 fusions, and they're coming to mow the yard across the street. So my dogs are going to go nuts. Not that they hate everybody, but they think they have to bark at everybody because, you know, they get near our yard. Anyway, I'll start to do something or plan on going hunting or fishing or whatever. My back just hurts too bad. I just can't do it. So that's why when I say I'm going to do something, see, just from wiping that plug off, it's actually gotten a little bit cleaner. I don't know how you can see it, but see the gaps. It's just, I'll get another one. I'm going to put it back in there while I'm waiting on that plug from my wife. Anyway, I was working at Fish and Game, but my back got so messed up, and my knee was shot, and I got a new knee, but the doctor, I've been really fortunate with my doctors. I've only had one bad doctor, and he was my knee doctor. The first one, he put my knee in. The hardware was bad, and there was a recall on it, and then on top of the recall of my hardware in the knee, he put it in crooked. So it really messed my leg up. And then I had my hunting buddy, Aaron, who you guys will see when we go hunting this year. He's an orthopedic surgeon. He's one of the best in the country. And he goes all over the country doing seminars on knees and hips because he's really good at it. So he did my hips and my knees. Hey! Hush! I might have to bail because they're going to keep going on. Writer's block, yeah, it's not like you can help back pain and stuff like that. Yeah, I can't. I take meds for it, and I actually have Toradol injectable that I have to inject myself with if I'm going to go hunting or fishing because it hurts. And my pain management doctor is really good. So, well, look, guys, they're going to mow the street across the street there, and it's going to get really loud, and I'm going to have a hard time talking. So I really appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. Horror Figure Setup Show, man. Check out some of my other videos. I'm going to start talking about some of the bands, and because of you, I'll tell you some creep show stories because I've had a ball with those guys. I took all of them deep sea fishing in Florida, and we had a ball. I mean, creep show guys are really cool, and Sarah is awesome. She sings like an angel because back, you know, they don't need auto-tune like a lot of these do, you know. Writer's block, yep. I appreciate it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and bail because these guys, like I say, they're going to mow the backyard over there, but when they get in the front yard, it's going to get loud and the dogs are going crazy. Love you guys. I appreciate everything. I appreciate the subscribers. Thanks for getting me to 400. I'll be back. I might go fishing tonight. I'll figure out how to give you all a heads up when I'm doing it. And I know nobody was watching last night because it was midnight our time, which is, 2 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast. And I hope, like holy mackerel, would either be fishing or sleeping. But thanks again. I really appreciate y'all. God bless you. Prayers that each and every one of you have a wonderful day. And again, you can hear them. They're mowing. And I got to get out there on that boat and do a few things too. So I'll be back. If not this afternoon, maybe I'll start doing one of these a couple times a week just to get up with you guys and see how y'all are doing. Writer's block, thanks. Good luck to you too. Appreciate everything. Horror Figure Setup Show, awesome. It was nice to meet you, man. I wish we were in person because I got all kinds of cool stories. But we'll tell them on here. So y'all have a wonderful day. Thanks for everything. God bless you. Pray for my friends' dogs, please. I'd really appreciate it. I know they would too. So have a good day, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. See ya.